The persecution of Julian Assange is proof the ruling class's highest priority isn't you, democracy, humanity, or truth. It's preserving their own violent authority, and they're making an example of him because he exposed the brutal nature of their power. Democrat Joe Biden, who supported and helped continue America's catastrophically failed wars and talks a big game about the free press, is eager to prosecute the man who revealed American violence against journalists during the Republican George Bush administration. Biden loves to blame Republicans for all of America's problems, yet he won't seize a golden opportunity to protect someone who revealed grotesque misconduct under one of the worst Republican administrations in American history, and one of the worst in American history in general. After all, he voted for that war when he was a senator, to this day is complicit in perpetuating the failed U.S. empire elsewhere, and bragged about crafting the War on Terror Patriot Act the Bush administration imposed at the expense of civil liberties in the name of protecting people.
I asked the Attorney General this because I got a call when he introduced the Patriot Act. He said, Joe, I'm introducing the act basically as you wrote it.
Meanwhile, Republicans love to blame Democrats for destroying America. Yet most refuse to step out of rank with the Biden administration's attempts to extradite Assange and prosecute him. Maybe that's because they're shameless war crime enablers. Or maybe it's because the charges were filed by Donald Trump's administration using a law passed by authoritarian Democrat Woodrow Wilson and exercised excessively by another authoritarian Democrat, Barack Obama. Spoiler alert, it's both. Regardless, all this proves is that it doesn't matter what team color or ideology politicians pledge allegiance to. Left and right both perpetuate the imperial war machine and will protect it at all costs, including going after Assange while spouting platitudes about peace, humanitarianism, and a free press. Administrations on both sides have aggressively attacked him for shining light on government abuses, and war machine apologists chastise him for breaking the law and claim he put people at risk, while they hypocritically defend the US government doing the exact same thing in light of evidence of horrific behavior. Never forget the US is prosecuting him under the Espionage Act, which, along with its partner bill, the Sedition Act, was intended to crush opposition to U.S. involvement in World War I. The global conflict of power-hungry governments that set the stage for the American government to claim moral authority to police the world in the name of democracy. The exact same propaganda paradigm at play in the Iraq War and often the broader war on terror. It has always been about power and control, and the ruling class's belief that they possess ultimate authority, not only to commit violence, but also to crush your freedom to question it and dissent. This is not unique to the American government. It's a trait of all governments, no matter the platitudes they spout about their commitment to peace, democracy, and humanity. But they'll look you dead in the eye and condemn others for engaging in the same behavior.
The decision of one man to launch a wholly unjustified and brutal invasion of Ukraine.
Aside from the individual suffering and persecution Assange is enduring, the most important reality of his case is that the government's top priority is always itself. Those in power do not serve you. They serve themselves and the powerful interests that serve them, and its rulers and agents try to make examples of anyone who challenges their authority or embarrasses them. With Assange, the ramifications of what he exposed are not only indictments of US foreign policy, but also reflect domestically with an ever-continuing militarized police state that, underpinned by war on terror policies, attempts to smear, censor, and control to concentrate and guarantee their own power. You will never be their top priority. Neither will liberty, peace, humanity, or freedom. Their loyalty is to their own authority, and their treatment of Assange and so many others who defy them should make that as clear as the footage Assange helped expose of the US attacking journalists.
Jimmy on a beat, boy.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. 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 B-O-O-M-E-R, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Jimmy on a
Okie
beat,
dokie,
boy.
boomer.
Oh my God, it's time again. Shit.
Hot summer night.
Ah, and Chrissy's here to introduce the
Chrissy.
the last week of spring and getting ready for the
Okay,
first week
Boomer.
of summer. Yeah, okay, Boomer. Love the hair, Chanda. It's looking so.
Well, I love the card. So when I saw your card go up, I was like, oh, I'm going to do that.
Oh yeah, that was. I did a couple last week, and so I could take some of the pressure off this week because I've been busy taking care of our son Pasta over there at the combo couch.
Somebody's got to do it.
Somebody's
I'm
got
glad
to
you're
do it.
doing
Now the
Thank
Fee's
you.
out of town, so we got
Yeah,
to take
exactly.
on that moniker. So anyway, hi everybody. Riley Martin's
fans.
over in the Finn with Jim and Fred Edward. Opus Cosmic. Kate, there's Kate. Come worry, Kate.
Kate.
Oh my gosh, we got a few
I'm with you
there.
guys. This week sucked.
Hey Rim, good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Super sucked.
Hey Rim, it did suck. It's
Somebody said something about Dr. Phil's losing his race. That was funny.
Dr. Phil. I thought Dr. Oz.
Is it Dr.
I
Phil?
can't-
Was it Dr.
Dr.
Phil?
Oz,
I'm trying to
I
find it.
think.
I'm trying to find it.
I
I'm trying
don't
to
know,
find it.
Dr. Oz, something like that. Gamer.
Oh yeah.
Gamer.
Gamer.
You and many of our other
Oh,
sisters. and
Dr.
brothers.
Oz was running. Oh my gosh, that guy is such a puke.
Oh, he reminds me of who's that religious guy with the hair down there too? You know him, Joel Olstein. I think those guys were hatched from the
he's a
same
puke,
chromosome.
too.
Yeah,
He's
it's the
a
same thing.
Puke too. Someone give me a shoulder to cry on. Dr. Oz is losing his Senate
Oh,
race to his
whatever.
opponent in the polls. Lazy quackhole. I gotta agree.
Oh
with you.
my
That's
God,
funny.
no kidding. DC, what's up, DC? Cirrus.
Hey DC,
Lucky
welcome.
Burrito, Crone of Anarchy. I've got so much energy tonight because I had Kratom. L, hi L.
Oh,
L been tweeting some good tweets there too. Steve Cutler, what's going on, Steve? Steve. Oh, we got our fams here. This is great. Who- Did I?
Yeah,
Al Walski.
yeah.
Hey Al.
Hey gamer.
How you doing,
Yeah,
Al?
Gamer, I agree.
Good to see you,
Totally.
Al.
Hey Farron. Farron's in the house.
Farron. You know, Farron, you should do Fridays with Farron. That would be a night. Fridays with Farron.
Fridays with Farron.
Why
I'm
not?
sure she does a bunch of shows. She did one last night. I was on it. Yeah.
I know. You got.
But she has so many people in her chat that she doesn't. There's just too many.
Yeah, we don't do that, Farron.
She's talking. She can't. You know.
We don't do that, Farron. It's too many
Yeah.
people. We can't.
That's why we have the 100. Quota. We put the rope up. Yeah.
We kick them out.
That's our capacity, man.
They can
100
bribe their
chat.
way back in for 2 bits.
You can bribe your way
2
in.
bits
Yeah,
and a joint.
exactly.
That'll get you. That'll get you in. Anyway, next week, Hot Summer Nights. What are we starting with? Are we going to start with a film noir? Is that what we're going to start with? Or
We are. We're going to start with film noir. So we're going to go back to the 50s, black and white. And then from there, we're going to move our way up through the summer, all the way up to the 70s. Because, yeah, they say each generation's like 18 years. 18 years, I think. 18 to 20 years. I'm pretty sure it's 18 is the amount of time
That sounds good.
that,
we'll have some fun
a
with that.
generation is.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe I can get everything working. If you guys notice, we got a test stream going at the same time this is, and I don't dare turn it off because it'll crash everything. So, if you want to go over there and be by yourself, I think
Yeah, it
there's a
happens.
couple of
I've
people.
had a test stream up the other day, and I have Steve Cutler. I was listening to Steve Cutler, and he was actually on the stream. So yeah, I'm still practicing on getting my stuff up live. So you'll see me making oops streams.
Well, Wednesday,
this
yeah,
week.
yeah, and we do. Cirrus was over there helping us out with the audio too. Anthony, what's going
yeah.
on, Anthony? Dove Omega. God, all these cool names. Maybe I should change mine to something. There's a new series.
Satire.
Yeah, satire. There's a new series on
Satire.
FX. It's called Old Man, and I said, "Oh God, somebody's making a series for me." I think that's Jeff.
Oh, yeah.
Is that Jeff Bridges? Yeah, that's Jeff Bridges in there, and he's lost the kind
I
of the
do
draw.
like Jeff Bridges.
Yeah,
actually,
he
I've
looks.
always liked Jeff
I don't know what it's about, but
Those
I
Stanford
turned it on for
brothers.
a few minutes to see if he's recovered from his stroke yet. He is speaking clearly. I think he's doing better, so he's still acting. Anyway, we have the Patreon, and Chanda built this beautiful Patreon. If you want to be a Chanda, what?
Thank you. A junior boomer, a mid boomer, or a big boomer. Big boomers get their own credit card in the closing credits. So, yeah, big boomer. Plus, now I'm going to start doing the exclusives over on Patreon now that I have the power and I'm going live on my own.
Okay, he woman. That would be great because I
He
gotta get over there too.
Yeah, I'm a Gen Xer. That was my stuff. Yeah, we're gonna do that over the fall. We're gonna do the whole 70s, 80s. Heck yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait till we can turn ourselves into cartoons. So I'm still working on that. I've been working on that for 2 years now. So.
Do you like it, Ronnie? I think
It
you.
looks great. You do. You look better than Chrissy, I think. So
Well, I was just gonna say like this. Okay, at my age, other women go, "Oh my God, you're too old to wear your hair like that." And yeah, totally, I am. But I never got to wear my hair like this when I was 4 years old because I had really tight, curly, ethnic hair. Is the only way I could put it. So my mom kept it really short because her hair was like that too. So just naturally, we kept them short. So now this is the first time in my adult life I've had long hair that I can do this. So yeah. When I saw your card, I was like, I'm going to try that.
I'm that's why I always try and put hair on my stuff when I make these cards because
hey, the hair thing. If you guys don't know, we got a hair thing around here. Like
it's all
we've
about
had
the
it
hair.
from day one. Yeah, we're all about the hair.
All about the hair. Anyway, did we get everybody? SFT, what's up? Did we get everybody shouted out? I think we got everybody shouted out. We didn't.
Did you shout out the Rockfin?
President Jesus. I got it right this week. I'm gonna go back over and check and Rockfin. Let me see. Rockfin's still kind of funky. Riley Martin. Hey, Ronnie Graham. Good to see you, Ronnie.
Hey.
Leonard Trust Fund. Leonard Trust Fund.
You.
I see Leonard Trust Fund everywhere. I think Leonard and along with many of our sisters and brothers, we all kind of like a crowd fund or crowd follow everybody on our shows.
Well, we're fam.
We're fam. Yeah, we're fam. We have the same tastes and things for the most part. Yeah. We don't agree on everything, which is great. I don't want everybody to agree on everything all the time, except for one or two things like the planet's dying. So, that's kind of up there. So, and Julian Assange, that's another one.
Right. We have our purity.
Anti-war, right. Just, and let's get some health care so people don't die. Those are huge. So anyway.
Pat, the Batman fans in the house. Welcome, Pat. Glad to see you.
Pat, did you make something for us tonight? We got an open card for you. If you've got something for us, that'd be great. Pat's been busier than shit too. So anyway, let's get this thing going. We're gonna do a little less content and more mouthing tonight, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
We've got the war criminals here, and the guy that exposed their war crimes is the one that's being tortured. Black in the Empire. You can tell how great a con man Obama is by how angry people get when you call him a con man. No shit. Yeah, no shit. I've been coming at Obama for a long time, and there's always some shit libs out there saying, oh, God, he's the greatest president ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, tell that to the knife holder in my back. So you want to read that one from Misty?
And Misty says, Julian Assange is going to die in prison, and not a single war criminal has been exposed will ever see the inside of a courtroom. That is our reality unless we change it. Yeah. And she's absolutely right. She burned it up yesterday, man. She was out there all day, just kudos to her, man. She is such a badass.
Yeah, I know. She's got it. I need a transfusion from her and you.
I know. I love doing shows with her. Her pacing, and she's just she's so passionate, and she's from the gut. I can't get enough.
Oh yeah, you guys sounded great on radio last week too. I
like doing radio. It's fun because it is just fun. Get into your voice.
I've got a face for radio, so I would love to do radio again. I've been told. Right?
Yeah, you have a face for radio.
Yeah, I got a face for radio. So, did you bring Jimmy? Did he scold somebody again, or what?
This is Misty. Yesterday, she stopped by Jimmy's for the Assange fucking fiasco.
Yeah,
nightmare.
I know.
Whatever you want to call it.
And I think Kurt's great. I love Steph, and Jimmy's great and everything. But Misty, you were the adult in the room yesterday.
Misty did so good yesterday. She's so articulate.
Yeah.
She gets the information out there. If you had never heard Julian Assange's name before, she made it clear and palatable. Tell me why you don't like him, because most people can't, And if you tell me, then most of it's propaganda, right?
Most of it,
what she puts out there.
Yep. Let's hear Sister Misty on this thing.
Misty, tell me what's your reaction to what happened today?
Well, I mean, it's not surprising, obviously. I mean, Priti Patel is an incredibly corrupt individual who has really nefarious ties to intelligence and all of that stuff. So it's not surprising. It is nonetheless very depressing. This does set a really terrible precedent moving forward. And I don't think, honestly, that people are even able to comprehend the implications of this moving forward, because they've done a very good job of burying the story and then also running a very successful smear campaign against Julian Assange. They've turned him into this kind of comic book villain. So often I talk to people who hate him, but they can't really articulate why. And it's because there has been this ongoing decade-long smear campaign against Julian Assange. And so people have become kind of apathetic to his situation. And then they're therefore also unable to see the kind of broader picture and how this impacts everybody. It's not about Julian Assange. Yes, he's being used, as you said, he's being used as kind of the warning to everybody else. But this is about silencing all of us. This is about taking away the right to know for all of us. And he is just being kind of used as the proverbial head on a stake to ensure that anybody who is ever considering having that level of courage again will think twice about it.
Well, let's remember what he's actually in prison for. So, but anyway, the appeal is likely to focus on grounds such as the right to freedom of expression and whether the extradition request is politically motivated. Of course it is.
Yeah.
Patel has been considering whether the U.S. extradition request met remaining legal tests, including a promise not to execute him.
So stupid.
So this is why this is all happening. The saga was triggered in 2010 when WikiLeaks published a series of leaks provided by then U.S. Army soldier Chelsea Manning, as well as a dump of more than 250,000 U.S. diplomatic cables, some of which were published in The Guardian and elsewhere, like the New York Times, containing classified diplomatic analysis from world leaders. So they took Julian Assange's work and they published it. And the Barack Obama administration wanted to prosecute him because he was exposing their war crimes and the war machine that Barack Obama and George Bush and Donald Trump and Joe Biden all serve. He was exposing them. So Barack Obama wanted to prosecute him for doing journalism because Barack Obama is a wolf in sheep's clothing. Barack Obama is an evil war criminal and enemy of the people. And so the reason why they concluded they couldn't prosecute Julian Assange was because they'd have to prosecute the New York Times also because they worked in conjunction with WikiLeaks to publish that stuff. And so since they couldn't prosecute New York Times, they couldn't prosecute him, so they dropped it. I don't know so now I bet they don't even prosecute him. I bet they're just doing this to keep him in Belmarsh, just to keep this. He is there as an example. That's what this is. They don't really want to, it's not really about getting a conviction. It's about an example to the rest of the world. Don't you go against empire, right?
Yes, 100%. And in fact, Julian Assange released evidence of that in the global intelligence files. There's messages going back between the corporation or the company Stratfor. And in those emails, they're discussing how to handle their Julian Assange problem. And one of the ways in which they discussed to do that was to tie him up in legal stuff for the next 25 years. And that's exactly what they're doing. So yeah, I think that you're right. I think that this is really more about sitting out the warning, using him as the example, and just silencing him. I mean, he has been effectively silenced for the last, at least for the last 3+ years, since April 19th of 2019, when he was pulled out of the Ecuadorian embassy. Really, he was silenced before then when his internet connection was taken away from him in the months leading up to that. And he has been effectively disappeared from public consciousness. The press has not been able to photograph him. There are no cameras allowed. In the most significant court case on press freedom, we have no access to what's happening in that courtroom other than the valiant efforts of some independent journalists who are desperately trying to live tweet what's happening in the courtroom. And this is a court case that affects all of us. So yeah, I think that they are trying to just tie him up into legal stuff and make an example out of him. And it's really unfortunate that they're able to get away with it. But
Beyond unfortunate, it's a crime against humanity.
It's criminal what they're doing, absolutely criminal. But they are absolutely corrupt. So we've known for many years that they're gonna just do exactly that: torture him, drag him through this system, keep him locked down. There's been no pictures of Julian Assange, and since they took him out of the embassy, and then the first court hearing he had when he was in the panel van, but now they're blocking out the panel van so the public can't get pictures of him. So there has been no public pictures of him in years now. Years. We're not even allowed to see the man. That's how far from our conscious they want him.
And those out there talking about everything under the sun that has to do with free press and freedom of speech and everything else.
Amber Heard can't talk, so she doesn't have freedom to speak.
And I want to single out one out there that's been crying about people that don't like him and stuff, is Dan Rather. Now, Dan is what, like 92 years old now, and he's still on the Twitter. Has he ever said anything about Julian Assange or the state of journalism and freedom of actual speech, the Fourth Estate, lately, or did he forget about that?
Right.
I don't know. I can't stomach these hypocrites. So that's where I'm at on that. Did we get anybody? Hi, Barbara.
Barbara, you know what? You have supported us since day one. For years now, you have been a supporter. Your name is not leaving our supporter list.
No, you're always
We
supporting.
understand. We're all poor right now, honey. Like, no, we get it.
No,
You're
sorry.
You watching us, liking us, sharing us, subscribing to us.
That's support. Yeah.
That's support, man.
That's support.
Yeah.
Whether it's 25 cents, $2, or I think 50,000. You're a great supporter. So don't even go there, Barb. Sorry. Anyway.
Right.
Anyway.
Misty, great job. We got to keep talking about it. We have to keep talking about it. It's all over in the deck. I mean, we just have to keep talking about
Let's
it.
address this right now. I know you probably weren't ready.
Jimmy, 2024. Yeah, it's in the deck for later. So let's wait.
Okay.
And then, yes, we are going to talk about a possible Jimmy 2024 run for the presidency.
And you might be surprised at what we say.
You might be, but you might not.
You might not.
I don't know.
I know.
You might
I think it's pretty split. What did you bring? Did you bring the Joker? Who's the Joker?
I did. This is your United spot.
My United spot.
I think we have another one too.
Let's check it out.
Maybe two.
See if I can get it to start here.
Kick it.
Kick it. Kick it. Kick it. Kick it. I gotta manually kick it. There we go.
You know what I find funny? Nobody's talking about Hunter Biden's laptop or why he's received 0 charges for violating federal gun laws. And everyone just forgot about Hunter's criminal past with Russian billionaires. And for some reason, nobody seems to care about who's buying Hunter's paintings. And what about the highest gas prices, the worst inflation, the empty grocery shelves, and the highest rent ever? Joe sends $40 billion to Ukraine in May and another $1 billion in June. Hillary Clinton once again receives no accountability for the Russia hoax. Obamagate is still being ignored. Adam Schiff and Eric Swalwell still have jobs. Nancy Pelosi is still heavy into insider trading deals. Paul Pelosi's DUI will most likely get dropped after being ignored for weeks. Maxine Waters has a job. AOC has a job. Jerry Nadler has a job. Dianne Feinstein has a job. And 2,000 Mules is still the least talked about blockbuster documentary in American history. But at least there's no more mean tweets.
Well, I like the laugh. What do you think of that one?
Yeah, that was a good one. I mean, seriously, when everybody's looking at so many other things, it's
Yeah, it's all distraction and all that other stuff.
Distraction.
I do have to say, I think Hunter Biden's laptop has more validity than Benghazi did because, I just think, when the big guy gets paid off from the associations that he did, that's a big deal. In my opinion.
Could you imagine if that was one of Trump's kids?
Oh, Jesus, they'd be losing their mind.
And the porns and like,
if they didn't own the majority of the main shit media, it would be crazy. So
it absolutely would be crazy if they didn't own the media.
It would be nuts. Brother Pat's going to come on in a little bit. Pat, we're not ready to do the entertainment section yet, but I'm going to drop you the link. He says he needs to come on to explain it. So I will free up a window. So Pat, look for that link in a little bit. I'll give it to you about, I'd say 15 minutes before we need you to come on. And if that works out for you, that would work out for us. All right. Where are we at in the grand scheme of things? Did we lose everybody or what?
Biden went out for a biking or for an exercise. He was biking this morning, right?
Yeah, I think. I woke up and I saw somebody tilted over on their bicycle. So, is this Joe? This is Joe.
This is Joe.
Oh my gosh!
Takes a little tumble. I'm surprised he didn't break a hip.
lump it all together. Like fingers butt.
So he's riding on a golf cart.
That's just one of the bike paths, I'm sure, in DC or wherever the hell it is.
made up on
It's coming. Hey, Mr. President, don't hit that post. What a grand entrance. Ooh, yeah. Look. That wasn't funny. That could, oh man. How come everybody's so mean? Kamala and her minions right now. Oh shit. Yeah.
Somebody was happy about that. But yeah, I saw another angle that was from the crowd of reporters after he fell. They were all the reaction was to just bend down and try to pick him up, right? Because we're humans. Somebody falls, especially an old man, you're going to help him get off the ground. Well, the Secret Service, because they were in the carts behind him and in front of him, they just came running and like pushing people, elbowing people, get back, step back, just like they were not happy that he had a crowd around him and he was on the ground.
Let us do our job. Damn it.
Exactly.
Oh my God. I'm surprised they didn't have a push broom and a dustpan. The United
Well, photo op that went totally terribly fucking wrong.
Oops.
And they're lucky he didn't break a hip, because I've worked in enough nursing homes to tell you that sometimes you don't recover from breaking a major bone, like when you're that age.
Yeah. No, you don't. United Spot.
And the smallest of falls can cause a fracture.
Oh yeah. I gotta fill out a freaking release form to get in my bathtub anymore. So that's where I'm at.
Yeah, that's a sad part of getting older.
Yeah, I know it sucks. It sucks.
It does suck.
Anyway, for the third time, United Spot has their view on this thing. Let's see what they came up with. I haven't seen this, so.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up!
Joe, what happened?
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff. But it was all the bike's fault.
The bike's fault?
Yeah, it was an assault bike.
An assault bike?
Yeah, I was at a complete stop on the assault bike, right? And then all of a sudden, the bike reached out and grabbed my leg and it tripped me.
The bike tripped you?
Yeah, and to think, this could have all been avoided if I was just wearing a mask. America, turn in your assault bikes. These assault bikes could very well be connected to some Russian disinformation campaign.
We know that these assault bikes come from the Kremlin.
I'm coming for your assault bikes. I'm coming for your assault bikes.
Assault bikes are like totally racist.
Assault bikes are what's destroying this country. And it's all Putin's fault. Since I took office, assault bikes and assault stairs have gone down 80%.
Oh, out of the park, United Spot. Wow.
United Spot making us giggle.
You guys are terrible. I love it. That's fantastic. That's fantastic.
Adam Shit's my favorite.
Oh, yeah.
His high-pitched voice. Yeah.
It's perfect for him. I will say that I like the house drinker the best, though, because she's
yeah, her floating dentures.
She's consistent. Yeah. Well, there have been so many occurrences where Joe has kind of lost his way, his balance, his thought. They finally figured out what happened when he was going. Remember that airplane? He was going up on the airplane that time. Well, after.
Oh yeah, when he kept falling.
Yeah,
on
they
his
had
face.
to change the lens on the camera to see what actually happened, and this is what actually happened.
Who the fuck's throwing chairs at him?
Somebody's throwing their frickin' Kmart chairs at him.
That was so many gaps ago.
Yeah, it was a long time ago, but
Why, how time flies, right? Like baby Joe tripping on his face. Now he's still tripping on his face.
Can't win, man. I gotta tell you, it's just, I don't know. Getting old sucks. But let's change the focus here. Let's take it off of our noble statesman.
It's Putin throwing the chairs. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Who's throwing the chairs?
It's Putin. Of course it's Putin.
Oh yeah.
It's
yeah.
always Putin. Right.
Yeah, it is. It's always Putin. They're gonna always blame Putin. Hillary Clinton's sounding the alarm for our democracy's in danger again.
Oh my
So-
God, she needs to shut up.
She will never shut up. She's like
I
she's like
know.
that toy that had the little buzzer inside that kept going off and
Chatty Cathy.
yeah. She's terrible. But I want to compare Joe Biden to a statesperson from another country and see if there's any comparison worth mentioning. This is Claire Daly, and let's.
Yes, I saw this morning.
Let's
I
give
was like,
Claire
oh,
a
yeah.
listen here. I don't think we can trade her for Biden though, or trade Biden for her.
Russia's invasion was a godsend to the worst elements in European politics. NATO dodged being obsolete, the arms manufacturers are getting blank checks, and the Eastern European far right got to bully the rest of Europe into prolonging an unwinnable war against a nuclear-armed neighbour. But the 100 days of hysteria are dying down. Fractures are emerging slowly, too slowly. Western Europe is coming to its senses. Scholz and Draghi want to build peace. Macron is against humiliating Russia. He wants exit ramps. But the extremists in Eastern Europe, backed up by the United States, are happy to see Europe wrecked in order to undermine Russia. We don't need more of this lunacy. We need a change of tack, not to deepen it. We need to end this death drive. We need diplomacy, de-escalation, and multilateralism.
Holy
Yes.
crap!
Yes.
Wow.
Somebody has the guts to say it. I saw a headline today from one of the main shit streams that said, no, the Ukraine war is not actually over.
What?
Yeah. It's just like, you pieces of shit.
Why don't
Yeah.
they say diplomacy is what's needed here? Why can't they say that?
No, because they're banging the drums of war. They have been. They're warmongers.
I bet you.
The whole Democratic Party is nothing but warmongers. I thought there was a little bit of the anti-war left inside the Democratic Party,
No.
but there's fucking not.
No, there's not. There's absolutely not.
We need more clarity.
Well,
on this.
when you've got 3 or 4 like Vanguard and these giant companies that own all the media in the world, they're going to screw everybody's brains up. I have an associate, a mutual person, a friend. I won't get into more detail than that. Who called me up the other day? Have you been watching the January 6th hearings? They're gonna get him. They're gonna get Trump. He's going to jail. He's going down. He's going down. And I said, what? What have you been watching? Oh yeah. It's just like, really?
Oh my God.
And this is,
I know.
anybody that watches the mass media and expects to glean anything out of it other than pure propaganda, just go away.
Yeah.
Go away now.
Yeah.
Go away now.
Yeah.
What we need are really on the ground independent media people, and there's some of the best people out there. We're fortunate enough tonight to hear a piece from one of those, Eva Bartlett. And she is one of who we consider one of the best people in independent media reporting on what the hell's going on over in that nightmare, that proxy war that the U.S. has got us into. So let's give Eva a listen. And I really respect what she's doing. She's on a kill list. Did you know that, Chanda? They have her on a kill
absolutely.
list over there.
You don't tell truths. Come on, Julian Assange.
Yep.
You don't tell truths.
Yep. I fear for her safety, but here we go.
On June 13th, Ukraine unleashed a torrent of bombing all over Donetsk, killing 6 civilians, including 1 child, and injuring tens more. The Ukrainian shelling began in the morning, resumed in the afternoon, and continued heavily for another 2 hours in the evening, a deafening series of blasts throughout the city, terrorizing residents, targeting apartment buildings, civilian infrastructure, industrial buildings, a gas station, hospitals, schools, and a kindergarten. Locals say this was some of the heaviest bombing of Donetsk since 2014. The DPR's Ministry of Foreign Affairs reported such an unprecedented in terms of power, density, and duration of fire raid on the DPR capital was not recorded during the entire period of the armed conflict. One of the hospitals targeted was a busy maternity hospital with dozens of patients inside. Thankfully, the woman had taken shelter in the basement earlier when the shelling had started, so none of the women were killed, as they might have been if they had been in the delivery, gynecology, or other top-floor departments.
So that's the roof of the maternity hospital.
So now we always hear these Western reports and claims about Russian airstrikes on hospitals, which turn out to be fabrications and hoaxes. But this is an actual shell fired by Ukrainian forces that came through that gaping hole in the roof you can see over here.
One of the very few corporate media mentions of the bombings distorts public opinion with its headline, Russian-backed separatists say. The Guardian, one day after the bombings, had the audacity to report a mere several Ukrainian strikes in the city, underreporting also the deaths and not at all mentioning the strike on the maternity hospital. Outrageously, some media even claimed on June 13th the bombings were conducted by Russia. Keep in mind, this is the same Western corporate-owned media that shrieked for weeks in March that Russia had bombed a maternity hospital in Mariupol, killing 3. The reality emerged that Ukrainian Nazi Azov forces had expelled the hospital staff in late February, so prior to the alleged strike, had militarized the hospital, and staged a hoax including setting off explosives to incriminate Russia. One of the unwilling stars of the propaganda, a young woman named Mariana, later spoke out that there was no airstrike and that she and other women were filmed without warning by journalists dressed in military uniform and wearing a helmet. Just as Western media's lack of reporting on Ukraine's bombing was to be expected, so too was the UN's weak-worded condemnation, with the spokesman for the Secretary General calling it extremely troubling. Conversely, at the time of the Mariupol hospital attack hoax, UN Secretary General emphatically tweeted, "Today's attack on a hospital in Mariupol, Ukraine, is horrific." Even now, days after Ukraine's intense bombardment of Donetsk and targeting of the maternity hospital, Western media and politicians remain silent. The suffering and deaths of the people of Donetsk doesn't fit the Western narrative, so they misreport it or simply don't report it at all, enabling Ukraine to continue to commit war crimes.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say anymore, because we know that I would say that 90%, and I'm just grabbing at figures here, of the propaganda that is against Russia and pro NATO and Ukraine and everything, Ukraine, the military, is bullshit. And this is why Eva Bartlett's on the list, because she's out there reporting on the ground. She's looking at this stuff. And Chanda, why would the Russians blow up a maternity hospital?
Well, we knew that was propaganda because we follow people like Eve Bartlett and Convo Couch, who's constantly pursuing the truth. So we hear this is happening. You go, you get the real truth. We knew this weeks ago. We knew when it happened that they had staged it and that they had expelled the staff, earlier before that. I mean, we knew this. This is wag the dog. Classic wag the dog. We're going to tell you, we're going to manufacture, we're going to create. Here's what's going on while you're looking at this and doing this. This is what we're doing. And they got multiple reasons to be wagging this dog. Joe Biden's terrible fucking ratings, them laundering money through the Ukraine, them wanting to fight a proxy war with Putin and Russia. I mean, the weapons manufacturers that got their hands out. I heard a stat the other day, like 80% of that Ukraine money never even made it into Ukraine. It went to weapons developers and frickin' subcontractors.
Absolutely. I believe that to be the truth. And right. I want to remind our friends and fam here in the chats that we are not on the ground, but our sisters and brothers are out on the ground, putting their lives in danger. Like Pasta always says about Fee, she's the type of person that runs to a fire. This takes guts and stuff. We're the analysts, and we're sifting through the bullshit that the Western corporatized media is putting out there while we can, with our sisters and brothers who are out there in the field doing the work, and they are not using it for a ATM machine just because the story's hot. They're out there actually giving a shit about what's going on because the truth needs to go out there. No, they've been
demonetized for so freaking long. None of these people that can have PayPals. None of them can have GoFundMe's. You can't have Patreon.
Nothing.
You can't have monetization on any of your channels. Like, they make it impossible. And then if you do get it, well, they'll just freeze it for some other thing. The watch list that these women, these journalists are on, it's insanity. I mean, I am so proud of Fee for being so brave and going out there and Yeah, I support her 100%. I want to shout out our chats because we got a couple of super rays and super chats that came in. Crazy Puppet,
Googly eyes.
I love the eyeballs.
Googly eyes.
Eyeballs. Thank you so much for your support. It means so much to us. We couldn't do it without you guys. And Ronnie Graham over on the Rock Fan, the hair is an extra. I have always loved Chanda's shoulders and silky smooth skin. Aw, thank you.
God, I thought he was talking about my silky smooth skin.
Yeah, we love your silky smooth skin too.
Yeah, thank you, Crazy Puffet. Thank you, Ronnie Graham. We really,
Yes, thank you so
sincerely,
much.
we do, because helping us helps our sisters and brothers. We will always do our best to connect you with the truth as we have, gone through it the best we can. If we make a mistake, we'll mea culpa every single time. So thank you again. And I just hope that Eve Bartlett stays as safe as she can. If you're ever in a situation where you can help her out, please do it. That would be great.
Right.
That would be great.
I have to be really careful when I say Eve Bartlett because I've been reporting on the Johnny Depp case, and Amber Heard's best friend is Eve Barlow, and she's this terrible, god awful thing that it thinks she's a journalist, and she's just a kiss ass shit lib, like one of the worst. Yeah, so I'm always like in my brain,
Rob
I'm
Reiner.
like, don't say the wrong name. Don't say the wrong name
Yeah.
because I don't want to insult her like that.
Especially our
Not
sisters
even.
in independent media.
Yes, Farron. Farron's like, yes, Shanda. I know it's hard, right? Eve Barlow, Eve Bartlett.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's definitely tough. I found this graphic the other day, and I think it came from somebody.
Fixed it.
I fixed it. Corporate media bullshit and the blue MAGA Democrats. And I had to throw TYT in there because Cenk Uygur is just stepping in it daily anymore. Is this like the death throes of TYT or because
It
their
is,
credibility?
maybe. I don't know. How long can he make that money last? I mean, I don't know what his sponsors look like right now because I haven't watched TYT in 6 years,
Yeah,
but
no,
I don't know. Those things seem to never go away. Like
Yeah, they're like a bad rash.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
I feel sorry for the little puppy dog in there, but yeah, that's the best meme. I'm gonna give whoever did that meme the blue ribbon for tonight because that's what it is. And the midterms are coming. So they're doubling and tripling down with Hillary Clinton and her garbage about we're going to lose. We don't have any democracy, dingbat. What the hell's going on? Comrade Misty Putin, once again. Dorothy Wright said, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Rachel Maddow is like a professor in a classroom. She's a master at her craft. And Sister Misty said, at her craft is bullshit. And Sister Fiorella, if the craft is lying, yes, she is. And you know what? Some days I think about Rachel Maddow and she absolutely disgusts me. She is bullshit. She is horrible.
Misty
horrible.
Slaying it again.
Horrible. So Misty, keep
horrible.
knocking it out of the park. We so appreciate it. Did you bring Anderson?
I did. So if you haven't seen this one yet, this one's pretty funny. This is some major truths getting dropped on Anderson and CNN.
All right, here we go.
Put this inflation in context. How bad is the surge in prices?
It's awful. I mean, it's awful, and how people feel about it is even worse. You look at the consumer sentiment right now, and what do you see? This is the worst consumer sentiment ever measured by the University of Michigan, going all the way back since 1952.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Worst consumer sentiment ever measured.
Holy shit balls.
You basically, even if you double my age, that doesn't get you back to 1952. And while I'm young, I'm not that young, right? The second worst, 1980. The third worst, 1980. I don't have to remind you, inflation got Jimmy Carter. It killed that presidency. And in terms of why are consumers feeling this bad? Well, it's pretty clear why they're feeling this bad. And that is because the consumer price index is the worst it's ever been in a midterm cycle since '74. It's the worst it's been in any presidential cycle or midterm cycle since 1980. So it's not much of a surprise. You can see it. It's literally off the charts on the table on your screen.
And how does President Biden's performance rate?
Awful. I knew that was the answer. The answer is awful. I'll compare it to Carter at this point in his presidency, right? Look at the disapproval rating Joe Biden has on inflation right now. It's over 70%. Carter was not even there at this point in mid-1978. When you're doing worse than Jimmy Carter's doing in the minds of Americans on inflation, you know that they're holding you responsible for the conditions that are currently on the ground that are hurting Americans in their pocketbooks.
Holy shit balls.
Oh my God.
Did you see Anderson's face?
I know. We're gonna we're bringing a segment on Tuesday. We're gonna talk a little bit more about
Down with the House of Vanderbilt. We're gonna be talking about how well CNN's doing Tuesday. I want to shout out again, everybody. Yeah, you're right. I did have that clip right after this, but we're trying to not bring as much content, so we cut that. We'll bring it on Tuesday.
We'll bring it on
night.
Tuesday. It's just statistics, but it's parsed in such an eloquently funny way.
It is.
We have to bring it. Well, we're gonna keep hammering this to everybody. This is we want to shout out to our sisters and brothers in independent media. And we're going to dedicate this little clip from him. This is, I think this is Shut the Fuck Up, Shitlib Joe, or Joe. He does a great job. And if I'm wrong, I will mea culpa. But this is a great video and part of the INN News Network. We want to shout them out too. So here we go.
My name is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Medicare for all.
Ah, boy, that Pago has sexy legs, huh, Steph?
Tuition-free public college.
Strap in.
This is insane.
Strap in, folks. You're in for a ride.
Federal jobs guarantee.
The boutique left strikes once again.
Criminal justice reform. We can do it now. It doesn't take 100 years to do this. It takes political courage. Start bringing the ruckus on the Democratic Party.
I inform the House that Ms. Lawson will vote nay on House Resolution 483 amendments. He votes nay.
Was it worth doing present? Because it didn't really satisfy anyone.
Nancy Pelosi, that's Mama Bear of the Democratic Party. You know that. And
Start bringing the ruckus on the Democratic Party.
This is only ceasefire. This is only ceasefire. This is not a victory. People still owe money.
Franco!
People still owe money. People still owe money.
And so we started running, literally running, full clip.
AOC, is it okay if I get like a question or two? That's it. So you just show up for a photo op and that's it. You're not actually gonna fight in Congress. No, what is she gonna do?
What would tax the rich written on a designer dress do for you and your family?
Are you for real?
We have to have respect for children, respect for families, respect for human rights.
Are you for real?
And now he is asking for $5 billion to continue to militarize and weaponize a force that has zero accountability. And I will not give $1 to black box detention facilities.
Are you for real?
We can likely push Vice President Biden in a more progressive direction.
I'm gonna grab her.
Okay.
She's right here. I can't let you go.
The Biden administration and President Biden has definitely exceeded expectations that progressives have.
Oh my God.
And so she keeps changing her story.
I think I found a compromise for us. What do you think of these masks over here that AOC has come up with that say Medicare for all on them?
I mean, people aren't stupid, man. It's really not hard to put A and B together. Start bringing the ruckus on the Democratic Party.
You gutless wonder, AOC.
Hey, yeah,
oh
that's
my
me.
God, you fucking phony.
It's time we acknowledge that not all Democrats are the same.
That's Mama Bear of the Democratic Party. You know that. And
I don't believe in kids in cages here, and I don't believe them there. Are you for real?
I don't believe them anywhere. I don't believe in U.S. funding supporting
I
state
love that.
violence
Speed
here,
up.
in Colombia, or anywhere else. That's not where our resources should be going to.
I figured this out in 2 weeks, AOC. You liar, you coward, you gaslighter.
He launched her career on his show.
Anyways.
Yeah,
that was great. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Put two and two together, like she said.
Yeah. I think that was Shut the Fuck Up, Shitlib. And that's Joe. That's our friend Joe.
Great reel,
And
great reel, and
that's a
great work.
reel.
Brother Franco, killing it. You know, I stopped by Brother Franco's stream the other night. They're having a great in-depth conversation. A lot of our fams were over there in the chat. Franco is so he does such great work. I mean, they're screaming and cheering, and he's just sticking to the message. Like, wait, there's people still owe rent. You didn't do anything.
They don't do anything.
Like,
It's virtue
don't
signaling.
listen to him. Yay!
Yeah, staged performative virtue signaling on the Capitol steps. That's the way it goes, you know. I don't want to. You know what? And this is just one way. And I threw this up the other day to a bunch of people. I said we need to keep exposing these fake representatives. They're not representing the people. They're representing their donors. So keep doing it. And keep doing the great reporting with the facts on the issues as well. But we need this too. We got to do it all. We can't do just some of it. What's this? We got another Jimmy clip here? What's going on?
Well, I think everybody's pretty much seen this. I only brought a few minutes of it, maybe a minute and a half.
Okay.
And then we'll talk about that.
Okay. This is, it leads into the door 24.
Yeah.
It's you're with us or against us, and that's the only message they have left. And then they have censorship left because they have failed. Tucker, why do you think it is that Mitch McConnell and Chuck Schumer are the leaders in the House and Nancy in the Senate, and Nancy is the leader because they're not leaders. Those people have negative charisma. I wouldn't ask Chuck Schumer directions to the freeway. Why are they the leaders? Because they're the ones who take the most money from the billionaire class that actually runs this country. They take the money from them and they disperse it to the other members of Congress, so they vote for them as leader, not because they're leaders, but because they're the most corrupt.
Man, is that true? Great, Jimmy Dore. Great to see you tonight. Thank you.
So, I don't know, is that a mistake to go on there, speak to half the country, the #1 news show in America, to bring that message? I'm going to have to say it's a good idea to do something like that. And I'm bringing the message of stop blaming your neighbor. Your neighbor is being oppressed and crushed by the same economic policies as you are. And so it's time to come together and stop blaming them and put your attention and your ire on the people who actually have power.
All right. So where do we go from here?
I want to know how I get muted when I didn't touch my mute button.
Gremlins? Poltergeist? What?
That's crazy because it happened to me yesterday on Convo too. I didn't mute myself for any freaking reason.
Static electricity.
I go to talk and I just get
that spray static remover. Spray it all over your computer.
It's you. I know you guys are listening and you're muting me.
Yeah.
Anyways, okay. So here we go. You guys have got two big things going on in the chat. One is Seth Rich, and I can talk to you, Seth Rich, all day long. I was inside the Democratic Party. Seth Rich was one of those people that was right above us working inside the Bernie Sanders campaign. I knew the day that he was executed on the street, that he had been killed, who he was and what he was in charge of. And if you think that, Seth Rich was just mugged, maybe you should go back and look at the Julian Assange tapes and how much WikiLeaks was offering a reward, and he would never say, we know where the frickin' Vault 7 leaks came from. We absolutely do. And you'll never convince me otherwise. Rest in peace, Seth Rich. He sacrificed his life so that he could hand Julian Assange those files for us to see. Okay, so Jimmy Dore, 2024.
Okay, Jimmy Dore, 2024.
What do you think? You think I think he should do it or not do it?
I think you're going to be magnanimous about it.
I am going to be magnanimous about it. Okay, there's two things. I say do it. I say fucking do it. I say do it and be loud and in their face and F you, because we know there's never a snowball chance of hell for a third party, right? No way. And then even if there was a chance for a third party, the system is so fucking broken, if you're paying attention, that they can, manipulate it however they want, right? To say the way we don't get kicked off YouTube. So he's not going to get anywhere, right? So then it's just a colossal waste of time, right? You're wasting time, energy, money. But really, are you? Because who the hell else is out there in this fucking country sticking their middle finger up to the face of all the corruption, all of the fucking politicians? Nobody. Bernie Sanders was that guy. That's why we rallied behind him. And then he fucking chicken shitted out at the last minute and couldn't take the pressure, right? Another thing is I think that he'll definitely run as the People's Party, right? Jimmy's been pushing Nick Bronis since fucking back in the day. But here's the thing: I've been on the inside of the People's Party. I've been on the inside of
And you know
Progressive
Nick
Independent
Brana.
Party.
You know Nick
I
Brana.
know Nick Brana. I was a regional director. I mean, I've marched in parades for the People's Party. But here's the thing: there is no infrastructure. There is no path to there's no path to the ballot in half of the states in the fucking country, because each state is different for how you get to ballot paths, be it be signatures or it be whatever. And I think that there's a lot of unrealistic people out there that need to fucking go and figure it out, just like I did when I went inside the Democratic Party, and then when I went inside a Progressive PIP and all these other ones, that it can't be done. But there's still so many people that still think that, oh, we can bring a third party together. So you know what the fuck ever, who else is going to run? Who else is going to have, doesn't matter. There's nobody to get behind. And I don't think that you should not vote. I absolutely think that is your God-given freaking right as an American. You definitely should vote. But here's the thing. Don't vote for anybody in their corrupt fucking system, and don't expect your vote to count. But that doesn't mean that we should just roll over and die and not fucking have a reason to scream them down and try to get up on their debate stages and be in those spaces, because that puts pressure in those spaces. Why should we let it be a freaking cakewalk like it was for Joe Biden? Think about it. If there was no COVID on the ground in 2020 and Bernie wasn't a freaking chicken shit and actually had people out there campaigning, the kind of pressure that we could have put on both the Democrat and Republican, all of the corrupt party, right? But we didn't get to do that because we were all fucking locked down, and then they just told us who the freaking, nominee was going to be. No, I say, hell yeah, get in there, Jimmy. Tear it up. Make as much noise as you fucking can before they shut you down, because they will shut you down. And it's probably going to cost Jimmy a lot. It's going to probably cost him his fucking channel, I would guess.
I don't know if he's going to or not, but
his health isn't good.
Yeah, that's to run for president, even as a third party candidate. If you're seriously going to run, or if you're just running to make a statement, that's the other thing. But weird shit's been happening everywhere, and if Jimmy Dore decides to run for president, that's on him, and all it does for me.
But I'll support him.
Well, yeah, it gives me somebody, instead of writing in, Suzanne or
Mickey Mouse
or you or somebody else, it gives me somebody. It goes to a check in the box with somebody. It's a protest vote, right? I know there's some out there that think it may be, or it might very well be a distraction, or something.
A distraction from what, though?
But yeah, that's the thing. The system, the election,
the empire's crumbling.
Yeah, the system, I'm not going to say the word because is so rigged, and we don't know what's getting counted for anything anymore. I don't know. We know for sure that the primaries were highly questionable, and that's putting best case scenario highly questionable. We know what happened. But the duopoly, the two-party system, does not work for the people. It works for the donor class, and that's why the donor class has been buying both parties for decades. So end of story. Right. It doesn't matter. So am I gonna come out and hey, Door 24? Maybe once in a while, but I'm not going to be out there pushing it.
I wouldn't be out there campaigning.
But I hope that those who are energized by that. You go out there and you throw it up every chance you get. You push the hell out of it, because that's your right.
Out of it.
That's your human right to do that. If Doris stirs your passion, I respect your right to say how you feel.
That's what it is too. Let somebody stir your passion, because that's what you need to get through this corrupt
Who knew
system.
about Jimmy before he ran in not Jimmy? Who knew about Bernie before he really ran? For the most part.
Well, I did, because he was one of the only dissenting voices. Right, but he was one of the only ones that said, whoa, I don't think we should go to war in Iraq.
Yeah, well,
he was that put him on my radar years ago.
Yeah, I've known about him since the 90s, because I listened to him on TDS Sufferer.
NPR and shit, right.
Tom Hartman show. He was Brunch with Bernie, and I got to ask him questions a couple of times. So, again, if that's what you want to go for at this point in time, all I ask is you keep an open mind, and if a candidate that you find is gonna, fulfill your passions in another way, support them or both or whatever. I just You know,
I agree, Lucky. I think his career would be over, and I think it could be very
I don't want to lose
detrimental
him.
to Jimmy's health.
I don't want to lose him.
And-
Yeah.
Right. And so, I mean, but we all know, come on, he wouldn't even get close to the first or second debate stage.
Yeah,
you know?
no, he wouldn't. Yeah, and he certainly, you know, I'm glad he's running as an independent third party, MPP, whatever, you know.
Right. Well, people can go see how hard it is to build a third party, and that by design from state to state, it's hard to fucking do it in this country.
So where we're at on this is the same as we're at on everything else. We're not going to suggest to you guys or tell you who you should like and get along with and support and everything else.
Savvy Sabs is in the house.
Yeah, and we're not going to, you know, we don't expect you to do that for us. And Sabby's is in the house. Sabby, you're here, real time, everybody. Let's give Sabby a round of applause for doing the
great
best,
job.
some of the best work in independent journalism out there. And
Hell yeah.
I consider Sabby a personal friend, if not a friend of everybody in these chats. She is killing it. And you've got a hell of an engineer there, and Eric too. So thank you, Sabby.
Yes,
Keep speaking
Eric,
truth to
heck
power.
yeah.
You guys are the bomb. Keep it up.
Well, she sent us a message and she says, Jimmy was on my call-in last night and says he prefers someone else to run. And yes, I could see that with his health.
Yeah.
I feel like, hey, he's vulnerable. Let's not put that kind of pressure on him, because we see how fast it can tear somebody down to have that
Hell
kind
yeah.
of public
Hell
pressure
yeah.
on them.
I think,
but I say, hell yeah, get in their face every chance we can.
Yeah, and I don't want to lose Jimmy Dore's voice out there, because there's that contingent that hate him for all the stupid reasons.
I know.
But I'll ask them again, what has he said that he hasn't been on the mark or close to the mark or anything else? As far as predictions, he's really good at predictions too. So are you. So is Sab. So is Franco. So is Convo. So are so many people in this thing. But he's out there. He's got the audience. He is actually stirring passions to get in here. Oh my God, Pasta! What are you calling doing a show for? He's doing what he screams about. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, welcome, Sabby. Always a pleasure to have you in the house, as it is every one of our sisters and brothers. I'm going to let you take over here, because Pasta seems like he has something.
Well,
really
okay,
pressing.
well, apparently Pasta's having an emergency, so you better get that. And yeah, let me just shout out our chats a little bit. I think we're almost up to that time to put the rope up. You know, we're getting a little full, like we say. We're a cliquey group here, but we appreciate everybody who's been joining us, all the new faces. We see so many new faces that are coming over from so many of our fams channels, like the Convo Couch, Fair and Balanced, Savvy Sabs. And yeah, absolutely. We're supporting independent media. Okay, maybe you shouldn't have that on the air if he doesn't know he's on speakerphone. Okay, well, I think that everybody can still hear Pasta, but yeah, this is what Pasta does. So anyways, Jimmy Dore, God love him. You know, I've been with Jimmy since 2015, and why don't you, yeah, we're in the middle of his show. This is getting to be a kind of a pain in the ass. Yes.
He goes, you guys on the air? I go, you know, Fee's out of town, so when he calls like that, I want to know, you know, if something's wrong. And she's okay, but he's talking about doing some show tomorrow, so that's it. I had to take that call.
Well,
I apologize.
Why does he not know where we are on Saturday nights? He's been on this show many times.
He's got a lot on his mind.
Baron, we did shout out Crazy Puppet. We can't thank you enough, Crazy Puppet, for the donation tonight.
Oh, yeah.
All of your donations. We appreciate them so much. That's what keeps us going. We're just a little channel, little fish in a big pond. But, you know, we've been limping along for 2 years with the support of so many just diehard viewers that have been in every Saturday night for years. So we appreciate you. This summer is going to be fun. We're going to have hot summer nights. So please tune in all summer.
I think we've gassed enough for the last 15-20 minutes. Are you ready to move to the next one?
I am ready to move to the next one.
All right, here we go. Uncle Joe in the best. Check this out.
Before I took office, there was a lot of folks out there making some pretty bold predictions about how things would turn out. You might remember some of the predictions.
They're coming for your guns. They're coming for your jobs.
We have hot mics.
And they're coming for your freedom.
They hate American energy, and Joe Biden will shut it all down. He's going to.
That if I became president,
Biden's elected, he will wipe out your energy industry.
another prediction, that is my favorite one, I must add, is that if I got elected,
Gas prices going $5, $6, $7 for a gallon.
Flood your communities with criminal aliens, drugs, and crime while they live behind beautiful gated compounds. They try to take away your gun, Second Amendment, they want to take it away, while they enjoy private security that's fully armed.
I never understood that one.
To spend trillions of dollars rebuilding foreign nations, fighting foreign wars, and defending foreign borders.
So for all those predictions of doom and gloom 6 months in, here's where we stand.
Do you want to use the word recession or depression?
Think of the single mom struggling to put food on the table each month.
You know, it's sad.
So if your primary concern right now is inflation,
We could stop it in 30 minutes.
when I took office,
He finally went outside. He went to get an ice cream.
look, the bottom line is this.
I say you're not doing a very good job.
Because he can't take any questions now from the press.
Okay. Mike's hot. Mike's hot. Yeah.
There we go.
I don't know. You kind of threw me off with the call from Boston. I'm just like,
I
who
apologize.
does that?
I'm going to yell at him. So don't scare
Okay.
me like that. So
Yeah,
we got this one coming in here. Gas is up so high, I had to cancel cable and started watching the news on the free pump. I can see that. That's abso-freaking-lutely. With the little TV set up there, but isn't that Fox only? It doesn't have a changer on it, does he?
I am so confused at where you're at. You're about 5 slides below. us.
I'll go back. I just moved to that one, so I'm gonna go back up. And
You are frying my mind.
I'm frying your
Stop
mind.
it.
It's not LSD or anything like that. You want to talk about how bad the Republicans are?
Well, we get called fucking Republican lovers every day, right? Oh my God, you're conservative now. That's what somebody said to me the other day. Like,
no,
I just turned conservative in since a month. The last time that you saw me, are you serious?
No.
What makes you think that? Just because I have some common sense and I might question a few things and I might actually use my coping skills, it's just mind blowing. But I want people to remember that Republicans suck too. And this is Ted Cruz doing performative bullshit, holding, and not that I'm defending this nominee, but it's all performative. It's all just, and we'll talk about the Abraham Accord after it.
Okay, let's listen to Teddy.
The Biden administration claims to support the Abraham Accords. I got to say, your record on the Abraham Accords is stunning. It's one thing for your colleague, Mr. Ratney, to fund political campaigns against the sitting prime minister of Israel. But when the Abraham Accords came out, in September 2020, you tweeted that Arab leaders should not deepen ties with Israel until they saw whether President Trump won re-election. Why were you urging Arab countries not to deepen ties with Israel?
Senator, I was skeptical when the Emiratis made their announcement, which was breathtaking in August 2020. I was skeptical that other Arab states would join them. And
you urged them not to.
I was proven wrong.
But you urged them not to, so they didn't follow your advice. But you wanted them not to make peace with Israel.
No, Senator, I did not urge. I was...
All right, you tweeted that peace between Israel and the UAE was a new Naksa, a setback. You also said it was a triumph for authoritarianism and just a normalization of men, which I don't know what the hell that means. Why did you actively lobby against historic peace accords in the Middle East? And how could anyone have any confidence that you can be a senior government official?
Senator, I support the accords. I support the profound transformation.
Well, I guess that's the right political answer to say now, but it's not what you said then.
Senator, those are not my words. I tweeted out 2 articles critical of the accords, one by an Israeli and one by an Egyptian. Both
All right,
of which
final
you
question on the Egyptians. You have tweeted that Egyptian President Sisi is running a Reich that is a fascist regime. How exactly do you think you're going to be able to work with our Egyptian allies when you've called their president a Nazi?
Senator, those are not my words.
You didn't say he's running a Reich?
No, Senator, I have no recollection of ever using those words about President Sisi.
Well, I'm going to follow up in writing because the record is clear, but it is really stunning.
I'm going to follow up. I'll follow up with that.
The anti-Israel bias of senior nominees in this administration, and it is inconsistent both with American national security interest and with standing with our friend and ally.
What the hell was that?
What the hell was that? Republicans suck too. But let me tell you, okay, so you remember what the accord is, right?
Yeah.
This was under Trump, right? This was Trump's Middle East peace talks, basically. And so Ted Cruz has got to come out looking tough and like, I'm so supportive of it. How dare you not be supportive of it? Because, you know, he's scared Trump's coming back into power. So he's playing his cards that he has right now. I think, you know, he wants to sneak back in there because he gets shit on constantly, you know, by everybody in the Republican Party. They hate him. I don't know how he stays there. I guess it's just how he has control over Texas. But let me read to you what's in this accord that is just so... The hypocrisy just drips off of it. It says, we seek tolerance and respect for every person in order to make the world a place where we can all enjoy a life of dignity. Oh, come on, go down.
Dignity and hope.
Yeah, dignity and hope. I'm trying to get it to move for me. Okay, dignity and hope. No matter their race, faith, and ethnicity, we support sciences, art, medicine, and commerce to inspire humankind, maximizing human potential and bringing nations together. Yeah, this is Republicans suck.
Oh my God. Well, the hypocrisy's always been there. So anyways.
Well, it's dripping on both sides.
It is.
Absolutely.
It is. So the duopoly is just shitty on both sides of the fence. And we've made that point so many times. I think we're going to have to outlaw even making the point again. It's just,
it never stops. It never
stops. So independent, get out there, mutual aid, support independent candidates, support everybody that's not part of the duopoly. That's all I can say.
I can't tell anybody what to do anymore. I can't. I can only make decisions for myself. Like, okay, I tried this. That's not working.
Yeah.
We tried this. That's not working.
I feel like we're flailing trying to do things. And we're going to...
Exactly where they want us.
That's where they want us. I want to... You know who this is?
Oh, beautiful.
Isn't that
absolutely
a beautiful picture? This is Sister Fiorella, and this was taken, I believe, in Istanbul. And she is on her journey to her next location, which is in the USSR. And she's going to be a wonderful asset to RT. And I'm looking forward to that. And we have a couple more pictures of her on her journey. And Pasta quit scaring the hell out of me by calling me in the middle of a show because Fee is on the road. And that's another great picture. And this is just one of the many pretty pictures, beautiful pictures that she's taken on her journey. And I wish her well. Isn't that gorgeous? That's a mosque that she's in right there.
I know. It's absolutely beautiful. Istanbul, beautiful old city. And yeah, I hear there's a ton of cats there. It's a cat city. And I would absolutely love that. It's kitty cats. They just take over the streets.
Yeah, that's good. But anyway, safe travel, Sister Fee. Keep us informed. And,
very safe,
and,
yes.
And knock Pasta around for me when you get a chance, okay? So he doesn't.
Well, we're knocking him around for her.
Give me a stroke. Yeah, we're gonna keep him. We're gonna keep him going. Lake Mead. You brought this, right?
I did bring this because Lake Mead's getting too dangerously scary. I mean, we've been giving you updates for 2 years on the water levels around the West, the Southwest, California, Arizona, Nevada, and this is just becoming catastrophe waiting to fucking happen. I mean, with the amount of people that we have living in Vegas, moving to Vegas, living in Arizona, living in Southern California, as fast as the water is dropping, it's gonna shock you. It's gonna be like a punch in the gut. So this channel's called Sin City Outdoors, and it's a father-son duo, and they go out there and they take their boat fishing. So they've been documenting the water levels for the last couple of months, but really you're gonna see for the whole length of the reservoir itself, you'll see where it starts and where it goes. This is a little bit long clip, but if you want to really go see, they get in the boat, they go around, they show you all kinds of stuff. I'm going to drop it in the link. This is kind of my tidbit for you for tonight. And definitely check this out, because these guys, they're going to be the ones that are going to tell you when there's no water left in Vegas.
So who's reporting on the Great Salt Lake drying up?
Oh, yeah, there's people reporting on that. I just watched something over on Rockfin the other day on that. Oh my gosh, that's so bad too. Has to be.
So we're bringing the bad news here. We're gonna
Yeah.
switch it up here in a couple slides down the deck, but let's check this one out.
Welcome back to a Lake Mead update. I'm out of breath because I just walked up here. I told you guys that I would be back in 2 weeks from my last water level update of Lake Mead. We're gonna go look around. I'm gonna compare 2 weeks ago till now. Those of you that don't know about Lake Mead, this water source provides millions of people with water, and a lot of people are getting a little bit nervous because the water level is dropping really fast. So I did a video showing how fast it's actually dropping after a 2-week period. If this is your first time clicking on one of my videos, they found a couple bodies out here. One was in a barrel, one was just out in the middle of nowhere, but there has been barrels popping up. I know where a couple of them are at. We got something suspicious. I'm gonna go take a look. They were halfway out of the water last time. It's really muddy, I couldn't get to them. But I plan on stopping by and taking a look, because that's right where we'll be fishing, and we're gonna show you around the lake. So I was barely able to launch my boat last time. There was about 5 or 6 launches that were open about 4 months ago. They've all shut down because the water level's been dropping. There's one left. We're here to get on the water, and we're gonna do what we have to do. Since it's gonna be a couple hours to launch, I'm gonna go show you where the water line was in the year 2000, and then work my way down all the way over here. All right, so here's something I didn't show you in the last video. I came all the way up here. Lake Mead water level, that's the year 2000, right? 22 years ago, which is a long time ago, but I would say 900 to 1,000 yards. It's way up here. Just wanted to show you this one, year 2000. Way over here, it's about 300, 400 yards. So 2000 to 2002, it looked like we had a drought going. That other sign is way over there. And let's continue. So here's the 2008. I showed you guys this last time. Those of you that are new, there's several signs going down along the way. Right now we're probably 400 yards from the water still. It's way down there. And there's a line. There's also signs that say how long the estimated wait is. We're at the 2-hour wait sign. I don't think it's gonna be that long, but we will see. Like I was saying, the line was going to be long. It's gonna get even longer as it gets hot, and the weekends are gonna be ridiculous. 4-hour plus wait just to launch. It's not looking good. And then when you try to pick your boat up, you gotta get back in line, and you gotta wait another 4 hours just to pick up your boat. So here's Junior. He's been waiting in line.
Yep. As he's been
about an hour already, right?
Yeah, as he's been filming up there, I've been keeping up with the line, getting stuff ready. So if you've been thinking about coming out here, they said no boats over 24 foot and only shallow running boats. You can't have any big deep V bottoms or anything because the water's getting too shallow. We're gonna go check it out right now as we're launching and tell you how it is.
2018, we're getting closer to our time. A few hundred yards from the water still. All right, 2021, not too long ago, possibly 6-7 months ago, depending on when they posted this sign. We're still 200 yards from the water. It's way down there. Now you guys are realizing how fast this water is dropping. 2021 was only 6 months ago, and look at the water level. I think this is the last sign, so I'm just gonna walk up there and take a look. All right, so just walking down here is a pretty long walk. We're gonna go see how hard it is for people to launch and whether or not I can get my boat on. Some of these big boats, if they're able to launch, I shouldn't have any problems. I actually have a flat bottom tracker, and mine can launch in probably 5-6 inches of water. Some of these bigger boats are gonna have trouble. All right, so we're still working our way down, and they continue to build the ramp down. This is the issue we're having. Water's going way down. I actually filmed some of this stuff a couple weeks ago. and within a couple weeks, I mean, all this stuff is exposed and out of the water completely.
Are we in trouble?
See that boat? See the boat behind me?
Yeah, I know. I was looking at that.
So
Crazy.
that was completely underwater except for the tip, just like 3 weeks ago. And go check his channel out. He's doing an amazing job of tracking the water losses in Vegas. And I just think that we're at a point where they're just going to keep lying to the public about, you're going to know when your utility price is $1,000 for 1 month that there's a freaking problem for the water and you're only allowed to use a little bit. And then we're going to see a mass exodus out of the Southwest.
No, I couldn't agree more. It's got to be. It's the heat and everything else. So we got more good news here. This isn't as long a clip. What is this about?
This is Yellowstone. So yeah, Yellowstone's have been having torrential downpours. The roads are wiped out. Every entrance has been shut down into Yellowstone. I think until yesterday they might have reopened, but some of them didn't. There was tourists trapped inside. All the things that happen with the climate changing.
And from what I hear, they're having another weather front come in this week. So.
Right.
They're going to
It's been very wet here in the Northwest.
Nailed again. Here, let's get this through, and then we're going to get into some entertainment. Look at that. The roads are all washed out. They won't be able to. They won't be able to repair those roads for a couple of years.
No way.
They're gone. And back in the day, the Army Corps of Engineers could probably knock that out in 6 months.
Right, exactly. Back in the 30s. Yeah.
Look at that.
40s. Heck yeah.
Look at that. Look at that road. It's gone. Holy.
So beautiful.
Holy
so
boo-boo.
beautiful.
Look at that. Oh my God. Wow. That's crazy. That is a good video. I was looking for something that shows devastation. Wow, that is crazy, 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 crazy. Anyway, we're going to bring more in-depth weather reporting on Tuesday just to cheer you up some more. Want to remind you, the illusion of free choice. There it is. Democrats, Republicans, and we are headed for the slaughterhouse. I think Brother Pat said that in the chat just now. What?
I love his pants there. Perfect.
Pat, we're gonna be seeing you here in about 15-20 minutes. What do we got here? Is this Colbert? Oh, Colbert, he had an insurrection this week. Remember?
Oh, we skipped the Bill Gates story.
I didn't see. Oh, that
or meme.
That was
I
just
just
a
moved
meme.
it under Colbert. Let's talk Colbert. Yeah, what the heck was that whole stupid, crazy story about? Colbert's staff pulled an insurrection on the Capitol.
Yeah, that's what
night.
the Republicans are calling for hearings. I think Tucker was calling for it too. 6 of them got arrested. They were running around without
privilege.
an escort.
This is freaking Democratic privilege with the freaking Colbert show. Oh, come on over. You can make fun. Put pressure on them. Put a camera in their face. You don't like Marjorie Taylor Greene? Oh, go ahead. Corner her while she's at work.
Well,
That's what happened.
Here's the thing. I think that Colbert show is going to plead. It was a stunt for the show. And I'm going to say...
Oh, of course they will.
I'm going to
Absolutely.
say, so was January 6th.
Ta-da.
That's what I'm going to say. So anyway, let's play this and get through that. And then we're not having the sing-offs tonight. We're going to have a duet by Chanda and Oz on some very good singers, in my opinion.
Right.
Here we go. Let's check it out, guys.
Why don't we get things started? Most injurious, Nazi curious, always idiots, most ambitious. This is what we call the Jensen Show.
Well, isn't this delicious? Here's an insurrection committee I would be interested in listening to. I want to see this shitbag arrested. What do you think, Abe? I'm thinking that Stefan Colbert has had more people on his staff break into the Capitol than Donald Trump's supporters. Take a look at this story over here. I want this man arrested. This is Gateway Pundit. Insurrection. Colbert producers caught by police invading U.S. Capitol after work hours, aided by that pencil neck, googly-eyed son of a bitch, Adam Shifty Schiff. Then they stalk and harass U.S. lawmakers. Again, I was told that this would be an insurrection, giving Jerry Nadler an erection in between his shards. On Thursday night, several CBS employees who work for Colbert's late night show were arrested in the U.S. Capitol for trespassing after hours and harassing GOP lawmakers. Well, then I think it's clear we're going to have equal application of the law because nobody's above the law except for Nancy Piss Pants Pelosi's alcoholic husband. Throw him in a gulag, right? That's what we're doing, right? Throw him in a gulag. No speedy trial, no lawyers, no communication, no sunlight, gulag. That's how that works. And go get this is the ringleader. This is the dude who conspirized all of it with Adam Schiff's ship. Arrest all of them. And you better bet your fucking balls. You better hope that we don't gain power. You better find some more motherfucking Dominion machines.
Oh my God.
Because when we take the House
oh my God.
This is what we demand. This is what we did. All the people who got into the House elected in the midterms, we want this dude hauled in front of a committee. Yeah, drag his fucking ass there. Make him spend an entire day in Washington, D.C. like you're doing to all these Republicans, man. Fuck it.
Salty being salty, but come on, that was funny. You better go find yourself some more D machines. You know, we're not allowed to say that word.
Yeah,
so.
I know, but they just demonetize us every time we say the F word. So anyway, Anthony, we got a super ray over there. Door 24 ? Or Roar 24. I don't know. Maybe we should run the Convo Couch.
Right.
Pasta, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your alt-right show. Laugh out loud, my bad. I'm going to beat you.
Well, the only reason you would answer it, people are like, why would he answer that on air? Because he's traveling. And so, you know, we just worry. Like somebody's calling in the middle of the show.
Yeah,
you know,
and you should know better, young man. You scream about that all the time. AREM, calling people out for not only criticizing Democrats is not done in good faith. One of many reasons that there is no need to criticize the usually wrong R's and their agenda because the D's can and should, but won't champion what needs to be done by themselves over the objections and death pangs of the R's without excuses and certainly without blaming the principled left D's are the paid losers. Abso-frickin-lutely, AREM. Thank you,
AREM,
Beauty. Thanks, Boomer. Thank you, AREM.
Thanks.
We so appreciate that. I'm getting kind of animated now. I'm really excited about this sing-off because we haven't.
Yeah, you are.
We have not done a duet.
Not a sing-off. It's a duet.
Yeah, we just have a sing-off card in there because I didn't have any time today. I was trying to get outside. We have not done a duet together, have we? You and Pasta have, but you and I haven't.
I know.
So this is a duet. This is a clip of a duet. It's only a few about a minute and 30. But I think you just done swimmingly, and I think it's one of your favorites,
Thank
Michael Bublé. So anyway,
Bublé.
tell us
He's pretty to look at.
Tell us what you think while my face slips off my meat there. Here we go.
Careful with your meat.
My meat.
When will you say yes to me? When will you say yes
Love the hair.
to me? Tell me cuando. Tell me cuando. You mean happiness to me. You mean happiness to me. And then, darling, tell me when. Every moment today. Every moment today. Every day seems a lifetime. Every day seems like a lifetime. Let me show you the way. Let me show you the way to joy beyond compare. I can't wait a moment more. Tell me cuando. Tell me cuando. tell me when.
That was fun. Yes, Natalie,
That was
that is Jimmy's favorite song to mimic on his show. Quando.
He's always saying, I didn't even know what it was till I saw Jimmy.
That's why
saying
when
it.
I ran across this duet, I said, shit, I got to do this because, you know.
Right.
And besides, when I'm looking to do these refaces, these deep fakes, which I'm doing in all earnest, to have fun and satire.
Yeah.
I usually try and find the best body doubles for our faces to stick to. And Chanda, I think I've been doing well with you, but I've had a little trouble with my old skin bag there. So
You had a little slippage tonight.
I had a little slippage tonight, so that was apologize.
I found a good one to reface you on. My new thing is finding current memes and refacing Oz and Pasta onto them.
Look at that.
It's my new pastime. And it was the fuck around of times. It was the find out of times. Yeah, it was the fuck around of times.
I love that dress. That's perfect.
Find out.
Yeah, it shows that.
Well, no, that's not a dress.
What is that? Is that a night's jammies or what is that?
It's a shirt, man.
It's just a shirt?
Yeah.
That's a shirt. Wow. I think I refaced pretty good. I love the hair.
I love the goatee.
Yeah, I know you love the goatee. That's that's my identity here. Ran across this week. Reagan Classic, Nerd Reagan, Cool Reagan, Dumb Reagan, Eloquent Reagan, Rich Reagan, and Senile Reagan. Republicrats, the party of, for, and by the corporations. I think that nails it, don't you? Isn't that it?
Yeah.
Do you disagree with any of those? That's
absolutely not. Come on, Republicrats or Democrats, whatever you want to call them. It's one corporate screw you. We are corrupt. We'll do what we want. We have our overlords, and the people have no voice. And that's the point of everything that we bring in every show that we're here to talk about is the people have no voice. There is nobody fighting for the working class except for a little pocket of independent media.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's all that's fighting. So Jimmy, run. I mean, what's it going to hurt? It's one little pocket of independent media that's ever talking about this
I don't
shit.
want him to have to give up doing his show, so.
I know. I know. I don't either.
I mean,
and you know they'll take it from him. They'll crush him. They'll take him off Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah.
He's been able to straddle the line very carefully for a long time. I mean, come on. We all rode dog with him while he was still playing at TYT, even though he hated it and we freaking knew it. A year he held that shit up,
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
and he did
I
his
know.
job and
He
we
was
waited
trying.
for him to call him out. I love hearing him call Jink out now, but I love that he's been calling out Graham too.
Yeah.
Yesterday.
Oh, man,
he
he's
was
been-
burning
ooh.
Graham to the ground.
Oh, yeah, without saying his name, which is the classy way to
Oh,
do
don't
it.
worry. I was in his chat saying his name over on the Rock Fed.
Oh, my-
like Graham. Yeah, that's right, Graham. We're talking about you.
Oh, my God. Poor Graham. He just.
No, not poor Graham. What the hell? No.
I know, but poor Graham.
He had his brain sucked by Big Pharma. Come on.
Okay, I'll mean it in the most loving way I can say it. Graham is his own worst enemy. And I think that's a trait of narcissist. I really do.
It
And
is,
Jimmy's
it is,
probably
yeah.
got some narcissism as well. We all do.
Oh, Jimmy's a big nerd. You know, I've met Jimmy many of times. You know, I have this picture of Jimmy that I took. We were at the FDR Park in Philadelphia, and he had a TYT microphone in his hand, and he was literally talking to the people that were occupying FDR. You know, the dirt hippies who hadn't showered in a week.
Yeah.
You know, we were filthy. I was one of them. So, you know, we're showering under a hose and stuff. But Jimmy was one of the only ones that came out there in the park, found us, and actually did interviews with us. And nobody's ever seen that picture. And it's just the way the sun's hitting him, and it's a beautiful shot. So
You too.
I commend Jimmy. He fights for the working
You
class.
too can be an independent journalist, no matter if you're having a comedy show
Yeah,
or if you're
yeah.
in the field with all of us poor people who are trying to get something done. Is this Tom Cruise behind you? What is this?
Oh, so this is Australia, but there's a couple of underlying things here because it's not just going to happen to Australia. We already know it's happening here. But Kmart's, they still have Kmart's in Australia. Do you know we only have 3 Kmart's left in the United States?
Well, they got Kmart's in Australia because they're running the kangaroos, so the K and the Kmart. So that's what they.
K and the kangaroos.
I think they call them roos down there. I don't think they call them kangaroos.
Do they call them roos?
Yeah, they call them
That's
roos
awesome.
and Joey.
I just want that smell of plastic and popcorn that I used to get as a kid when I'd walk into Kmart.
And silicone and all that other stuff.
Silicone, yeah.
That silicone butter they put on the stuff.
Takes me back. Blue light specials. Hell yeah, man. I grew up poor. We were lucky if we got a Kmart
You know
shopping
what?
trip
And
before school.
actually, their clothing department, I did better in Kmart than I did anywhere. So yeah.
Oh, JCPenney's clothes were crap.
Oh yeah,
No, Sears was a little better.
Yeah. So anyway, let's listen to that.
Light special.
Pat, if you're gonna come in and got some explaining to do, we got about 5 minutes for you. So you better head over to the green room now. I sent you the link. Here we go with the Australian connection.
Walking into your local Bunnings or Kmart today, every customer was being watched more closely than ever before.
Mate, look at my face if they want. Pretty ugly.
While some see the lighter side of facial recognition technology, others say it's enough to make them stay away.
Well, I don't think it's a good idea. That's invasion of privacy.
After a tip-off, Choice started asking questions and the retailers, including the good guys, owned up.
We got a tip-off from a Choice member about Kmart, and that made us go and look a bit more deeply.
They say it's only to keep the staff and customers safe and identify shoplifters who might come back.
It's that major retail chains are routinely collecting facial data of customers should send a chill down the spine of anyone that cares about their personal privacy.
While Kmart says it only keeps the data for 30 days, Choice fears retailers could start selling off the information, though not everyone sees the serious side.
It's the new reality, so it's all good.
Hello, Mr. Yakamoto. Welcome back to the Gap. How those assorted tank tops work out for you?
Anyway.
I assume my mic's hot at all times.
Your mic is hot. It is hot, and you're going to go to...
So it's not creepy. Okay. So yeah, they're surveillancing your face with facial recognition. So that way, if you're stealing from them, they can recognize who you are and they can turn you in. So Australia, you're a surveillance nation. Well, I can't say much more than we are, but you guys are just a little bit more accepting of it.
Well, they kicked out the last government that ruined their country. I hope they keep going in that direction. So... we shall see. I love this reface. This is great. I love that. You're giving me roids there, right? And I'm giving you roids. We're doing each other with the needle there. We're working out. That's how we work out. I just wish
that's how we work out.
God,
yeah.
You're buff, Chanda. Look at that.
I know you're buff.
Yeah.
I love those wristbands, man. Gotta have the wristbands.
Oh yeah, that is. We need to find one like that for pasta, though. I think he enjoys those more. Welcome to the trailer park. I love that. That is such a good reface. And do you have a shotgun like that, just in case I come your way? I'll let you know.
I have in my life, but no.
Okay, you got a Russell brand here. What's Russell doing here?
Russell, society is collapsing and people are starting to recognize that the reason they feel like they're mentally ill is that they are living in a system that's not designed to suit their human spirit.
Russell.
Yeah,
Russell.
you're not mentally ill. You're not mentally ill. The system you're in is broken and sucks.
I thought I was mentally ill. I am too mentally ill. I take exception to that, Russell. Pat's in the green room. We're going to bring him in as soon as I can get him on a camera. But let's go to this meme right here.
Pat's in the house.
Pat's in the house. Self-control level expert. That would be me with the milk bones. And the episode where Scooby Gang investigated the Clinton Foundation, their Scooby van is on fire. So that is really problematic, isn't it? I would say. It is problematic. Let me see if I can get a camera up here with Pat.
It's just an accident. It's always an accident when it's the Clintons,
always
right?
an accident. It is
It
always.
wasn't intentional. Don't call the insurance adjusters.
Yeah, Pat, I think I'm going to have to put you on an alternate screen. So let me see. There you go. Say hi to everybody, Pat.
Hi, Pat. Uh-oh, what happened?
I think he's upside down. Can we hear you, Pat?
Are you upside down?
Am I upside down?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Is this Stranger Things?
Yeah, this is Stranger Things. All right. So what do you got for us tonight, Pat?
Okay, so I'm gonna try and make this as quick as possible. because I'm tired and extremely high.
Oh, good.
Me too. Me too. I'm right there with you.
So a few years ago, I ended up through some circumstances meeting and befriending a guy who was leader of a sort of instrumental surf rock band called the Marquettes. They had a couple of hits. One, the most famous one, everybody recognized. It's called "Out of Limits." If you ever saw Pulp Fiction, it's the
yeah.
Zed's dead, baby. When he takes off. And they also did a cover of the Batman theme that was a hit in the 60s. Anyway, and then this guy who is head of the group called Michael Z. Gordon is his name. He was also previously in a band called the Routers. You'll know their song. Their big song was "Let's Go."
Oh, yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, actually, it's pretty funny because he got a pretty sizable check from Marvel just because Robert Downey did that.
Really?
Outside the movie, yeah. So they had to pay him for use of this song just for that. It's crazy, yeah.
Copyright your shit.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, songwriting royalties are definitely where it's at. Anyway, so I got to know him pretty well. Really nice guy, really great family. Became friends with him. I started kind of helping him out with stuff like straightening out his old back royalties and things like that, and organizing his catalog. So I was going through his closet, and I found a stack of handwritten sheet music. He used to actually take he couldn't write music, but he would go down to this little guy in Hollywood and play the music for him, and this guy would transcribe it for him. And that's the way he wrote his songs back then. So I found a stack of these things in his closet, and I was looking at him. By this time, I know his catalog pretty much back and forth, so I realized these are unrecorded songs. So just for fun, I take one to our friend Eric. That's Jamie's producer and guitar player, really brilliant musician. And we just mocked one. It was an untitled piece with no lyrics, so we just kind of mocked it up in computer just to sort of see the melody and like
right.
Yeah. So
that's cool.
Yeah. So I was like, hey, well, we could record this. That would be fun. And then I started thinking, well, it'd be really cool because it's an instrumental and sort of in the vein of the stuff they used to do if we record it in the style of actually like the instrumentation they would use it, make it sound like an actual vintage record, like it was copywritten. It's written in 1963. So
63.
I knew the
Wow.
style. Yeah. So I knew the style of his music and the production and everything very well by this point. So Eric and I, we actually even called his old drummer from the 60s. We flew him down from Seattle to play on the track. And we recorded it. So basically, if you never heard it before and you heard it on the radio, you would think it's just some old lost classic song from the 60s. So it turned out so well, we ended up doing, going through the rest of the tunes, and we recorded a whole album in that style. So it's like literally like a lost surf rock album from the early 60s. Working on getting it released right now. It's like 98% done. But
I can hear it in my head already. I'm excited for it.
Yeah, so
I love that.
Was it the first one, Pat? It's the first cut, right?
Yeah, this is the first cut, and that's the one I was just talking about, the first one we recorded. So I'm playing this just in case the world ends before I'm able to get it released.
Oh, God. I'm glad you got your priorities squared away.
Tremendous project.
Pat,
Yeah.
you told us about this a couple of years ago. I got to say, I'm excited that you've got this far on this project and that you're actually bringing a sample of it. That's exciting because I remember us talking about this a couple of years ago.
Yeah, it's one of the most incredible, like rewarding things I've ever been able. I mean, just the fortuitousness of it, was amazing, but also just to be able to reconstruct something like that from original DNA,
Right.
So,
Yeah. It's like taking Beethoven notes and writing a symphony that's Beethoven's, right? Yeah. That's cool.
and I love surf rock too. So,
I just got to say, I'm super excited that you're getting to realize your dreams, and thank you for sharing them with us.
Thank you guys. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah. You see it here first on Beauty and the Boomer After Dark the Marquettes. Thank you, Brother Pat.
I already love it. That's some boomer flashback there
Oh,
for
yeah,
you.
shit, man.
Oh, yeah.
Makes you want a shot. I love it. Where's Bill Clinton?
I played the woodwinds. I'm a clarinet player, so I totally appreciate it.
God, I missed the whole thing. Vintage. It is definitely vintage, Anthony. 1963. Is this
Totally vintage.
Is this before anybody's time?
Oh, I'm bringing you guys vintage this summer. Pat, amazing. I'm so just like heartwarmed for you to realize this, because I remember you and I talking about this way back on Natural Progressives channel. Remember when we
Yeah.
used to do the big chats with a bunch of us?
Yeah.
And yeah, because we were always sharing music. And so, yes, that was a vintage flashback. It was wonderful.
It was, absolutely. And, we're rounding out the show, or finishing off the show with our music tonight. And we have Steve Cutler doing, quote me if I'm wrong, Steve, I apologize. This is Paul Simon, I believe. Great cover. And Steve owns it as usual. Steve Cutler live, everybody.
Slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. Hey. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. But I know a man. He came from my hometown. He was passionate for his woman like a thorny crown. He said, Dolores, oh, I live in fear. My love for you is so overpowering, I'm afraid I will disappear. Slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. And I know a woman became a wife. These are the very words she uses to describe her life. She said, a good day, it don't have no rain. Said of bad days when I lie in bed and I think of things that might have been. Slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. I know a father had a son. He longed to tell him all the reasons for the things he'd done. He came a long way, oh, just to explain. He kissed his boy as he lay sleeping and turned around and headed home again. Slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. You know, the nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away. Hey. God only knows. God makes his plans. The information's unavailable to the mortal man. We're working our jobs, yeah, collecting our pay. Believe we're gliding down the highway when in fact we're slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. Slip sliding away. I said the nearer your destination, honey, the more you slip sliding away. The nearer your destination, the more you slip sliding away.
Great job, Steve.
Nicely done, Steve. Love the Paul Simon. I was correct.
Yeah, oldie classic. Perfect.
Perfecto. We have got Stoner Corner.
Stoner Corner. I just want to say thank you to all the independent artists out there who come and give us their music and do their songs for us. And
hell yeah.
We're here to support you guys just as much as you support us. So Stoner Corner, Oz, I got to remind people that for the states that have already passed legalization, there's so many of our brothers and sisters from coast to coast that don't have legalization. So please, let's not forget the fight for everyone, especially in the states that have had it for almost 10 years now. When your vape pen is clogged, oh my gosh, that happens to me all the time. All the time. That's trying to get your vape pen, and money doesn't buy happiness. Me with money. I got to say, I would buy a cat. I would definitely buy the cat.
Yeah, I like the cat too. I don't know about the McDonald's though.
Yeah, the McDonald's, I want the cat in the joint. I can forego the
McDonald's. And you know, this is the one thing I do miss having more of. All I can do is I can have a couple of swigs of Coke, and I know it's like I should just drink glyphosate, but I still like.
Oh yeah, for me it's the caffeine.
I was a Coke guy, Coca-Cola guy.
Me too.
Yeah, I wasn't a Pepsi person, so that tells a lot about my character right there, I'm sure. Hollyward's here. Hollyward. We're about out of here. We're gonna run through because we're gonna bust the 2-hour limit here. This is Hollyward. What do we got for Hollyward? We got memes tonight for Hollyward, right?
I got some memes, but I got some funny stuff. So you brought this one.
I brought this one.
But I had to reface you on Ray Liotta. Rest in peace, Ray Liotta.
Ray.
Thank you for Goodfellas.
Thanks for the entertainment, Ray. What do you got here? Oh, hold on a minute. I'm downloading some celebrity opinions. And that's what they are worth, you know, and I'll just shout out, let me see, 2 of my favorites, Rob Reiner, Alyssa Milano. You know, they're horrible.
Deborah Messing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whoopi Goldberg.
Whoopi Goldberg. Joy Behar. Yeah.
I can keep going. Tom Hanks.
Yeah, that's how we download celebrity opinions here. And then we've got this one. You brought this one. I know what that's from.
Okay, so we now know what killed Jenny, right? What killed Jenny?
Herpes,
Everybody back
syphilis?
in the day thought she died of AIDS, right?
AIDS.
That was the common thing. Jenny died of AIDS. But it was reported this week that no, Jenny actually died from hepatitis C.
No way. Back then, hepatitis
Yeah,
C?
Back then, the writers say it was wrote. It wasn't in the actual script, but when they wrote it, yeah, it was hepatitis C. It was not.
I'm going to challenge that.
Hey, the writers are the ones that are reporting it. So
you know
challenge
what?
it all you want.
Hepatitis C wasn't a thing back then. It was B. That's why they have A, B, C, D.
There was a push for recognition of it in the early 90s. I do remember that.
Okay, whatever
I
you
think
say.
that
Oh my God. Hell. What was that?
Okay, now you didn't let me set it up.
I'm sorry. My finger hit it. I had to
Okay.
see it. What is that?
This is me hanging out at the Beyonce concert, and I told her I can't sing. You could see me shaking my head, but she didn't let me listen.
Oh, she wanted you to
Stuck
sing. Ah! You can too sing. I've heard you sing. You can sing.
Yeah,
Stop
some
it.
days.
Does anybody know?
Some
Anybody
days.
know where this one? I love a group that recognizes a
love this
random
one.
picture and
I
knows
love this
exactly where it's from. Does everybody know where this is from? I'm not
I
going to
absolutely
tell you.
do.
I'm going to let the chat tell each other what that picture's from. Okay, that picture. There's a good shot right there. I'll give you. Mark safe from believing that Johnny Depp really had scissor fingers today. So is that the new warning?
That's Amber's like, because she convinced the world that he has scissors for hands. So how was I ever going to beat him? That was pretty much the craziness with that case. Never freaking stops while we're talking about Hollywood. Like Farron's doing an excellent job of covering all the little tidbits that are dropping daily. So get your updates on that case over there. Fair and balanced.
Yes, I think yeah, that's great. So who said it? Did somebody say it yet?
Farron said it.
Farron said
actually
it.
got it. Farron said it.
Oh, cool. Good job, Farron.
President Jesus got it too.
President Jesus got
Riley
it.
Martin,
Riley
you got
Martin,
it.
you got it.
A-Rim screaming it over on the rock fin. Yes.
Yes.
You guys got it.
Yeah.
It is Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. We got
Bueller.
Linda has
Bueller.
been doing some artwork for us as of late, and screwing over the working class is the only way anyone becomes a millionaire. That is so true. And we have this one, and I'm not going to read that again, but that's General Strike.
General Strike.
Then we have a brand spanking new one here. And this is Thank You, Lucky Burrito, Arts and Music. I love your
that
artwork.
hand wrap.
Yeah, that is great. So check out Lucky Burrito Art and Music. Please go over there.
See Leo. Leo was singing along with Daddy.
Yeah,
tonight.
Leo
You
was
hear it?
singing with Daddy Steve tonight. And here is the premiere of this one. Mutual aid request. Please donate to our sister Lucky and brother Steve if you can. They need our help. They are just trying to keep their heads above water while they are getting business off the ground. And there's their Cash Apps. And I don't know if these links all work, but Lucky, if you could share those links in there, that would be terrific. So nice
And
card.
the link for Stevers for the hangout tonight.
Yes,
for
and the
Leader
hangout
Stever.
for sure. And that's going to be the after show, right, Steve?
After show.
After
yeah,
show.
the after party.
After show. Then we have Linda's got a new mutual aid one. 1 in 5 children live in poverty because their parents live in poverty. Happy Father's Day. Thank you.
Is that how it happened? Is that how I got here?
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
My parents lived in poverty.
I think
too.
so. I think so. I do want to I want to give a quick shout out to, because I don't get to do this too often, Thurston Community Media. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Linda made this card to put in our credits. Thank you
Beautiful.
to our community partners at Thurston. It's supposed to be community media. I'm sorry. I know that Linda told me she messed it up, I believe, or she got it.
It's an easy fix.
It's an
We'll
easy
change
fix. You'll get it this week.
Yeah,
But we are on channel 22 in Thurston County. Check it out. There is the link at the bottom. And we are out of here for tonight. We don't have a movie. We're short on time.
Out of here.
Sure.
That used to be my favorite ending on SNL.
So
Dennis Miller back before he lost his fucking mind.
yeah, and he did lose his mind.
he lost his freaking mind.
Got some announcements. I've got to call Pasta back, and I'm going to yell at him for a couple of minutes. But he's got something going on Combo Couch tomorrow morning. Check that out. And then you have some stuff coming up.
Sunday morning treat.
Sunday morning treat.
I do. Let's see. Monday, it's another CC Gals with Farron Franzak and I. And we have been covering the Johnny Depp case, but we're moving on this week. We're each going to bring our own different segments. So halfsies. We'll see how that goes and what cases we're covering. I think I'm going to be covering Activision investigating themselves. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with that one.
Oh, cool.
And then Tuesday night, we got Beauty and the Boomer shorts because I'm told every YouTube channel has a shorts channel. So, okay, I guess we start doing that. So we have YouTube shorts. And then Wednesday, I'm going to try to go live on my own. It'll be on this channel, but it's my new show, AKA Beauty. And I'll be talking about whatever the hell I want, whenever the hell I want. So.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to tune right in because I'm not going to be engineering that
thanks.
one. So that's going to be great. Great. And what do we have? We have anything else? We got
Convo Friday. I think I'm hanging out on Convo Friday.
Convo
maybe
Friday
not. I don't
and
know.
Convo Monday. I don't know what he's got going on, but he was screaming at me today. Where's the deck for Monday, man? And I said, oh, I thought we were on vacation. He goes, ha,
You're
ha,
a
ha,
deck
ha.
dealer.
Good luck.
You're a
Good
deck
luck.
dealer.
And then, I don't know, Sister Amber is still under the weather. Everybody wishes
Oh,
her
poor Amber.
Get
Feel better,
well
honey.
soon, Amber. So sorry, you are feeling terrible. I need to check out the Rockfin real quick, and then we've got next weekend is
Rockfin.
Beauty and the Boomer.
They were rolling on the Rockfin.
Summer
Yeah.
Nights. Oh, Copeland Morris, thank you. Cool evening with Chanda and Oz. Thank you so much, Copeland
Aw,
Morris.
thanks.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Like I said, we try and just bring the news in a little bit different way, a little easier on us. What are we going out with tonight here, Chanda?
This is a great cover and it cost us, but it's worth it. Life's Been Good, Joel Walsh cover by Petra Beyond Belief.
Oh, that's going to be great. And don't forget, next Saturday night, we start our summer series, which is going to be Film Noir on
Film Noir.
Hot Summer
Black and
Nights.
white,
Black
hot
and
summer
white.
nights.
Okay, we're going to have a busy week. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you, Pat. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah, thank you, Pat.
everybody.
Very impressive. Pat, Steve, yeah, everybody.
Everybody. Good night.
Everybody who stopped by, everybody who hangs out, donates, likes, shares, supports us. We appreciate you. We love you. Thank you so much. We'll see you Monday.
Beauty and the Boomer. Good night.
Definitely not the Boomer.
watching and